And what do you say? What do you know? You are here and warm, but I could look away and you'd be gone. But actually, none of you are here yet, but you'll be here momentarily. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all persuasions. I am Tony Vicich. You are the audience, and it is a special edition of Living on a Thin Line with Tony Vicich. We come to you every day at 2 p.m. except Saturday nights when we come to you at 7 p.m. We come to you on Mountain Standard Time, by the way. That's important to know, Mountain Standard Time. We come to you on 3 platforms. We come to you on Comedy Schools, RadioNetwork.com, YouTube Comedy Schools channel, and Facebook Live. I've always got like dogs with me. They just follow me in here every time we do this. Like they think, oh, we're part of the show. And they just then they hang out and make their own noise. So I am surrounded by a whole bunch of love. My wife is here. My daughter is visiting. My grandson was just here earlier. And my stepdaughter, I've already gotten a couple of real nice Father's Day presents. A beautiful painting that my daughter painted me. And a mug that calls me a bonus dad, which I think is pretty cool. Hi, Jim Lacey says, following the Trump fiasco in Tulsa, but dropping in long enough to wish you the best, pal. I will give them hell, Jim. I am not watching Donald Trump on my TV. I'll pick it up later on. I didn't think anything was going to happen today that would make me go, oh, now I never thought of that. I'm pretty sure that I'm going to be hearing the same old greatest hits of a nostalgia act now. As I understand it, and I spent a lot of time in Oklahoma as a younger man, not as necessarily as a young man, but as a younger man. I had a business in Oklahoma. I had a lot of fun in Oklahoma. Love the people that I know in Oklahoma. Everybody except my ex-business partner. Don't like him. Everybody else I met there, just fantastic. Spent a little time in Tulsa. And for me, Tulsa is always the song Tulsa Time. Living on Tulsa Time. So it's the cool part of Tulsa. And what we're seeing at BOK right now is not the cool part of Tulsa. And as I understand it, he didn't sell out. He didn't sell out by a long shot, despite all the hype, and despite all the hoopla, despite all the Sturm and Drang. He did not sell out. And I don't know if this is the beginning of the end of the Donald Trump presidency, but it was certainly an inauspicious reintroduction to live Donald Trump events. I think it's a little crazy to gather. Look, I would love to be together with throngs of people right now. That is one thing that we all really miss is so many people in this country, the vast majority of the people in this country have done such a good job of handling this pandemic crisis, of finding ways to keep home and heart and hearth together, of being able to stay in contact with loved ones, to be able to work, to be productive, and to find ways to enjoy yourselves. That's one of the whole reasons behind this show. There was hardly nothing new being produced when we started. So we were just looking to do something new and different for everyone. So many people have done such a good job, but what we miss is those large gatherings, don't we? Even seeing large gatherings, even if you don't go, to see a crowded arena watching, say, the Golden State Warriors play the Los Angeles Lakers. Ooh, ow, as a Clippers fan, I said that. Watching an NFL game, flipping on our TV, and there is there's the St. Louis Cardinals playing the Los Angeles Dodgers at Dodger Stadium, and there's 50,000 people in attendance are being at one of those events or going to a concert. We miss those gatherings, but we know it's not in our best interest yet to engage in that activity. We know it. We know that if we ever want to bring this disease down, bring the R naught down to well below 1 to like 0.03 or 0.04, we're not going to be able to engage those types of activities. What we want to do is isolate the virus and kill it. So I don't know if having a large gathering of people at Bank of Oklahoma Stadium in Tulsa was the smartest thing to do. Certainly, if I was a leader of a group or organization, I don't know that I would do that. That being said, they did it. That being said, it wasn't sold out. So I find that interesting. Anyway, I'm not watching it. I'll pick up bits and pieces here and there. I'm sure that I'm not missing anything. I'm sure I'm not missing anything. I tell you what, when you'll be missing something, if you want to know, when you'll be missing something, you can hear my dog Chica in the background. You'll be missing something tomorrow night, Sunday night, Mountain Standard Time. If you don't go to comedyschools.com right now and buy a ticket for Tony Vicich Presents Sunday Night's Funnier, it's our Father's Day special. It is the Dads of Comedy with me, Joe Gannon, and a father and son comedy team, Greg and Alden Moody. So I think that's very cool. Greg and Alden Moody. So you'll be able to see a dad and his son on Father's Day, along with me, along with Joe Gannon. It's going to be a great show. Oh, and special guest Robert Morgan, all tomorrow at 7 p.m. Tickets are only $10. When you buy a ticket to a Tony Vicich Presents Sunday Night's Funnier, you're buying three things. You're buying entertainment. You're buying into the American economy because we use some of the money to pay the acts. And we also take portions of the proceeds and donate them to the Maricopa Food Pantry, which my hat's off to all the people running food pantries and food banks throughout the United States. They're all doing marvelous work. I just want to say that Jennifer and Jim out at the Maricopa Food Pantry are truly wonderful people. I'm glad I've gotten to know them. We were out there today dropping off a check, and we want to be able to drop off a bigger check next week, and that's going to depend on you. So if you tune in tomorrow night and pay a paltry $10, you will be contributing to that and feeding families. Okay? Okay. This show is based on three things. I guess you'd say four. The first one being me rambling incoherently at the beginning about stuff I don't have a lot of information on. But the other three things are interaction with you, the audience, when we answer your questions or reply to your comments here on Facebook Live or on YouTube on Comedy Schools or on Comedy Schools Radio Network.com. It's based on that. It's based on me sharing with you some bric-a-brac memorabilia, autograph, curiosity that I have laying around here in the home office of comedyschools.com. And maybe telling you a little story behind it. I got something for you tonight. And then me recommending two artists or two pieces of music based on my vast, and it is vast, album collection. So let's get started with something here. Now, this is a fun little curiosity. And some people get a kick out of this who know me. So here we go. Look at that. What is it? Well, it's a T-shirt, Tom. We can see it's a T-shirt. And what is that, Tone? Is that you silk screened on it? No, that is an image of Wild Bill Hickok. And here's what this T-shirt, let me put it back in this. This is what the black T-shirt says, Wild Bill Hickok, World's Fastest Draw Championship, First Gold Hotel, Deadwood, South Dakota. Deadwood, South Dakota, July, get this, July 29th and 30th, 1995. July 29th and 30th, 1995, in Deadwood, South Dakota. There was I used to book shows in Deadwood, South Dakota. That's true. That's true. I had produced a series of half-hour specials for the Nashville network that were comedy specials. And then we tried to take that show on the road, and we got booked for an entire summer in Deadwood, South Dakota. And I got to hang out in the very streets where Wild Bill Hickok was assassinated, Calamity Jane hung out, etc. If you ever saw the TV show Deadwood, that, of course, was all filmed in Los Angeles, but they built an exact replica of the town. The town of Deadwood is a replica of the original Deadwood because it's burnt down so many times. But I got to spend time in Deadwood, walking the same streets Wild Bill Hickok did, and actually played blackjack in the number 9 saloon, which they have legal gambling in. It's not, if you ever go into one of those places, it's not like Vegas gambling where it's all very sleek and polished. It's not even like an offbeat casino. It's not even like a riverboat casino. They were very funky. They were old bars, old saloons, then retrofitted with some blackjack tables once, blackjack tables, craps table, etc. A few slot machines once gambling had been made legal in that area. And I'll tell you a funny story. I'm sitting in what is the number 9 saloon. And since I was up there all the time, since I was booking a show at a resort, a rather rustic resort, but a resort nonetheless, just a couple miles away, I got to know the owner of the number 9 saloon. I'd shoot the breeze with him. And finally, he told me, I asked some questions, that they were not sure if where the number 9 saloon sat was the original spot of the original number 9 saloon. They only think so, maybe. And one time he goes, honestly, no. He goes, we're pretty sure. He goes, across the street, 3 doors down, there's an empty lot. We think that's where the number 9 was. And I actually went down and checked out that empty lot. But I hung around there, and just to give you a little tip about marketing, at the number 9 in Deadwood, South Dakota, on Main Street, perched high above the casino bar area, sat a wooden chair, and the inscription said that this was the chair that Wild Bill Hickok was sitting in when he was shot, with aces and 8s in his hand, the dead man's hand. And I asked the guy, is that the chair? And he looked at me and he goes, fuck no. He goes, I just put it there. He goes, who knows? Bob Rocky's here. You know what he's doing? He's troll bombing. He says, my nickname is Deadwood. Your nickname is Cooter, Bob Rocky. Your nickname is Cooter, number 9. So I spent time up there, and I'm going to show you this shirt again because there's a little story behind it. There we go. This was a commemorative shirt for a fast draw championship, and it was out in the field. And even the governor of South Dakota was there. It was a woman. I forget her name. July 29th and 30th. Now anybody who knows anything about me, knows that I am. I'm not going to say I'm anti-gun, but I'm real pro-gun regulation. I don't think there should be automatic weapons around. I'm just holding this up so you can see it a minute. There you go. All right. Etc. I think there should be restrictions, but it's not that I'm totally anti-gun. I don't think they should all be melted down and turned into flowers. And I haven't done a lot of shooting in my day, but I'm trying to remember now. I may have come in first in that contest. Now, there wasn't hundreds of people in it. There's a couple dozen. But I definitely placed. I can't remember first, second, or third. I placed in a fast draw contest in Deadwood, South Dakota. There, it wasn't like that. If doing it like that, I would have lost. But I actually was able to get my gun out of my holster, bam, fire it off and hit a target. And actually was either first, second, or third. I can't remember now. In a fast draw contest in Deadwood, South Dakota in 1995. And you know what? I don't mind being quarantined, because if you've done stuff like that, where else are you going to go in life? What else is there to do in life if you've already been in a quick draw contest in Deadwood and been one of the winners? That's my question, friends. So that was 1995. Bob Rocky says, Wild Bill wore a hat. I think I'm going to take tonight to make an announcement. It's kind of an anticlimactic announcement. My wife, who happens to be my producer, Shirley Vicich, does not know about this announcement yet. But I've come to a decision about something, and I'm going to announce it now. I did not come in 9th, Bob. I did not come in 9th. I was one of the top ones. I have been asked, and this part's no joke, to it would be as a write-in candidate, but an official write-in candidate. Don't ask me how that works. It works to run for sheriff of Pinal County. I kid you not. I have been asked to run for sheriff of Pinal County, and I have decided to not run for sheriff of Pinal County. I don't know the first thing about being a sheriff. I could go in. I mean, you don't need any experience to have this elective office, but I believe strongly in police reform, and I believe that any officer that abuses their badge should be hoisted on their petard. I am a strong supporter of law enforcement and respect the people